What's up guys, it's Mindset Performance Coach Adam Carmichael here. In today's video, you're going to learn why always being right will make you fail. Now today's video was inspired by a group coaching session I did yesterday when we went really deep on the things that truly hold you back. And one of the things that holds us back in life is the ego, the personal mind. And the ego is just a construct that we create in our minds, and it's a narrative that we reinforce that we hold on to. All right, so we build all these ideas about ourselves. And one of the kind of branches or constructs of the ego is this need to be right. And as a poker player, this is really enforced. All right, it's really like almost doubled down on. All right, so on the group coaching session, we had a lot of back and forths on some of the areas the players were struggling with. And this was the one that really a lot of the players resonated with. All right, so I'm going to dive deep in this today and give you guys some kind of actionable steps to overcome this need to be right and why it's super important. So first of all, as a poker player, you can see why the need to be right is a very strong urge. All right, so when you're right, you feel good about yourself, you feel smart, you're able to make good money at the poker tables because I'm right, I'm clever. So you have a lot of invested interest in being right. All right, so we build up this narrative, I'm smart, I'm clever, I can make good decisions, I've got this awesome problem solving, analytical brain, and I'm good at stuff. I'm right, I like being right. When we are right, it makes us feel really, really good. All right, we build this construct of when I'm right, things feel good. Now that's all well and good from one side, but the question I asked to the group was, how do you feel when you're wrong? How do you feel when you're wrong? And that's when I got some real interesting feedback when players were like, I don't like it. I don't like it one little bit. All right, so I asked them to think about how it makes you feel. And I got two great responses from one of the players, which I want to share with you guys. And then we're going to unpack it and come up with some ways around it. All right, so he said, one thing that makes me feel is the threat of people using that mistake to attack me. So when he's wrong at something or makes a mistake, he feels like people could use it against him. All right, so think about how that makes you feel. It makes you feel very vulnerable. It makes you feel like I could be under attack at any moment from being wrong. That could be making the wrong mistake at the poker tables. That could be being wrong in an argument. It could be being wrong about your opinion on something by learning something new. So there's a lot of vulnerability there, all right? If you feel like you could be under attack just because someone has a different opinion, all right? People could use that against you to attack you, all right? So that's this vulnerability you're creating. In reality, it's just a construct in your mind, right? So the need to be right, you don't need to hold on to it. But if you identify with the need to be right as being a part of yourself, a part of your identity, then it does feel that way. It feels like if I'm wrong, I'm under attack. This is why a lot of people you'll see on social media having heated debates on topics. Neither side wants to be wrong, whether it's on politics, whether it's on any affairs that are really like kind of heated. Each side wants to be right, and the thought of being wrong really threatens their identity. All right, it's hard to give up. All right, so that's one, the threat from other people of attacking you from being wrong. The second one was really good as well. He said, the fact that making a mistake could attack my ego construct. All right, so when you're wrong, you feel like you could be a less version of yourself. All right, so remember the ego is this construct you've created, who you think you are. So if you're wrong about something, then it's like, I could be less of myself. I could be a worse version of myself than I think I am. That's pretty hard to deal with, right? That's a pretty hard pill to swallow. So two things, you could be attacked by other people, or you could feel less about yourself just from the fact that you weren't right. So now we can see exactly why we want to be right. We always want to be right and we don't want to be wrong. Now, this video is all about the cost of that and why when you always want to be right, it makes you fail in life, right? In a kind of blunt manner. And the reason is when we want to be right, we have to compensate, all right? Because it's a vulnerability. So if you have to be right, being wrong is a no-no. I can't be wrong. So in order to not be wrong, you do two things to compensate, which is why you fail. The first thing you do to compensate is you play life small. All right, so imagine if I go through life and I want to be right. Imagine I'm very good at maths, for example. I'm going to take maths tests and do maths problems that I get right. As soon as it goes above my level and I might make some mistakes, I build a construct that I don't want to be wrong. I'm just going to avoid doing those and go back in my comfort zone. So I'm going to play life super, super small. All right, I'm going to make sure that I only do things that I know I'll get right. In the poker context, let's say you're a $100 regular, you've got a really good win rate, all right? Now you're getting validated, I'm right, I'm clever, I'm good. Now you want to move up to the $200 level, and you could be wrong. And let's say you go there and you make some mistakes or you don't get good results. Now the need to be right has been threatened. Now you're under attack from other people, or your construct of yourself is under attack. Now you're threatened. The core of your being has been threatened by you moving up levels. So what do you do in that situation? You move back down, back to hundreds. This is better. I'm right. I can be validated. I can feel self-righteous that I know what I'm doing. I'm good at this level. All right. So you're playing life small. All right. So that's the first compensation factor. You don't put yourself in situations which allow you to grow because you could be wrong. The second compensation factor is you avoid being in situations or around people who could make you wrong. All right, so you always want to be the smartest person in the room, so to speak. You don't want to have arguments, discussions, decisions, back and forth debates with people who could make you wrong or who could make you question your way of thinking. So in a poker context, you won't want to discuss hands with someone who plays higher than you because he could know something that you don't and you could be wrong, all right? Or you won't want to be vulnerable and put your ideas out there in case someone criticizes them. All right, so we don't want to be around people or things or ideas that threaten us. So very, very quickly, our world retracts. All right, we end up creating this little box here. If I stay in this little box, I can be right all the time. Maybe not all the time, but a high portion of the time, and that feels good. So we reinforce that and reinforce that. And the edges of the box, or the circle in this case, I'm doing my hands, gets thicker and thicker. All right, and now when we think about going outside that box of being right, being wrong on the outside, feels super scary. We're like, no, I don't want that. That threatens me. Other people could attack me if I'm wrong, and I could feel less of a version of myself. So we create this massive, massive resistance. All right. So now, just think about that. Just think about your life. If you always have to be right, how limited is it? How much growth is there? How much are you expanding? And you very quickly say, the need to be right is stopping me from improving. All right. So at the end of this coaching call yesterday, I had a blackout, power cut, and I was just about to get into the juicy stuff about how to actually work past these problems. All right, so if you've identified this, if you're watching this going, I've got the need to be right, how do I work with it? And I was just getting into how to solve the problem, and my power cut just didn't come back, so the session ended. So this is a follow-on from that, but I want to share with you guys what we can do about it. So the first thing we need to realize is that's the situation. We've got an ego construct where I need to be right, and it feels really good. As a result, being wrong feels really bad, and I feel under attack from other people, under attack of my personal constructs. But then you've got to examine it from another angle and go, what is the cost? All right, so what is the cost of always being right? All right, and we can quickly say the cost is I don't grow, I don't improve, I don't put myself out of my comfort zone and learn new things. I don't challenge myself because of the risk of being wrong. All right, and then you've got to ask yourself the second question is, what do I gain from being wrong? All right, so flip it around, flip the script around. What do I gain from being wrong? At first you might think, well, nothing, Adam, because if I'm wrong at the poker tables, I lose money. But it's bigger than that, it's deeper than that. All right, it's like, what do you gain from being wrong? And very often what you gain is a new perspective, an opportunity to learn, something to reflect on and question your own thoughts and opinions and ideas, something to improve on. All right, so anytime you make a mistake or something goes wrong, it's an amazing opportunity to learn, to grow, to improve. All right, imagine you saw losing or making mistakes or getting something wrong as an opportunity to learn, to grow and improve. How much would that threaten your identity? How much would that challenge you? Rather than judging yourself, if I'm right, I'm clever, I'm smart, life is good. If I'm wrong, I suck, life's bad. Imagine you flipped that around and went, if I'm right, awesome, that means I'm good at this. I'm not improving, but it means I'm good at this. If you get it wrong, ooh, awesome, almost like trigger, flashing lights, opportunity to improve. Oh, I got it wrong. I didn't see things that way. Oh, someone disagrees with me and I've realized, and I'm arguing with somebody. And I realize, oh, they're right and I'm wrong. Oh, he has an opportunity to learn a new perspective. Whether it's arguing about a poker hand or arguing about a political affair, it doesn't really matter. It's the need that being wrong doesn't threaten you. And it's being okay with that. It's accepting I can be wrong. You know what? I want to be wrong. You may go, why would I want to be wrong? I want to be wrong because that gives me opportunities to learn. If I'm always right, I'm playing life small. I'm not on my edges. I'm not on the edge of my comfort zone. I'm in this little box here and I'm not around the edges because I already know this stuff. So most people won't do this. Most people want to stay in that comfort zone. So you've got to ask yourself, do you want to be right or do you want to grow? Do you want to be right or do I want to seek what's true? What's true? What's the highest answer? What's the best response? If we're always trying to be right, we always protect ourselves. We always see through a very narrow lens of life. It limits us. And that limitation will guarantee you fail. Just imagine it. If you're always going to be right, how many risks will you take in life? Not many, right? If like the guy, what my guy said, he said, I feel like people attack me if I'm wrong. People could attack me and use that against me. If I make a mistake, it could attack how I feel about myself. Just think if you hold on to those two narratives, attacked by other people or attacked by yourself and your own self-construct, just think how unlikely you are to take risks, all right? Because you've framed it this way. So you've got to identify it. So hopefully this video has done a few things. One, it's shown you that the need to be right is an inbuilt part of the ego. And avoiding the need to be wrong, again, is a defense mechanism of that construct. But, newsflash, the good news is, it's just a construct. And if you want to drop it, you can. You can drop that construct. But you've got to be brave to step into that feeling of being wrong. And when you first start doing this, if you're willing to let go of the need to be right, and you start embracing being wrong and using that to learn, you'll realize at first, it doesn't feel good. You'll want to go back to being right. Being right feels amazing. It's like, yes, I'm right. This is good. Being wrong, it's like, oh, that sucks. I'm wrong. I suck at this. This is bad. At first, it feels bad. But that negative feeling, at first, that opens up the doorway for growth. All right? So after watching this video, you've got two options. You can go this way and continue to be right. All right? It's your choice. If you want to always be right, you can go that way. All right? It's not going to lead to much growth, but you'll always feel validated that you know what you're doing. You're right. You're smart. You're clever. This construct you build for yourself, you will strengthen it every single day, and you'll stay doing what you do, and that's your life. On the flip side, you can go, I'm going to start embracing that I can be wrong, and I'm going to open up, I'm going to go this way, and open up the doorway to grow and improve. Instead of judging myself for being wrong, every time I make a mistake or I'm wrong, I'm going to ask myself, what can I learn here? Oh, I'm wrong. This is an opportunity to grow. Oh, there's no judgment here. There's an opportunity to improve and get better. Which one do I want? Do I want to feel bad in the short term, but be growing and improving because I'm wrong at times? Or do I want to play life super safe and feel good, self-righteous, and I'm smart, but not grow? That's the options. All right? I hope this video has opened some eyes for you guys. This concept's going to take some reflecting on. Hopefully get a few sparks going in your head and going, oh yeah, this is a powerful concept. And if you're one of those people who has that need to be right all the time, let me know in the comments below. Let me know how this impacts your life. I've been doing a few presentations on this concept, and I've been really taken back by the feedback and how many people are struggling with this ego construct of need to be right and how much it's holding people back. So I want to elaborate on these concepts in even more depth. So let me know in the comments if this resonated with you, and I can do even deeper videos on this topic for you. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Make sure you smash that like button before you go so that the algorithm likes you and gives you my next video recommendation. And there's will be plenty more coming from me very soon.